Yo, what's going on? What's going on? All right, we back. We back. We are back. Who we got? We got two people in here. Let me get all set up so we got all discombobulated earlier. All right, there's the banner. All right, cool. Much better. Much better. Okay. Civic Maker don't miss my man here again. Yes, sir. Game for all news. What up? What up? What up? What's good? What's good? Okay. Fred Mitchell, what's up, man? What's good? Dia, what's good? What's good? What's good? Yes, indeed, King. We are back at it. Okay. All right. So yeah, it's probably going to take a second for everybody else to come back in. We were at like 34 people, so they get back in. That's no big deal. All right, man. Let's get to some of these videos. Let's get to some of these videos. Okay. Let's take a look at this one right here. So this is an old school joint right here. Let's see what the young man talking about.
Government.
Somebody must rule.
And I don't like the word rule.
Well, if we don't like the word rule, let's call it leadership.
Leadership in government is political power, and political power is an official form of antagonizing the people.
What magazine did you say he edits?
A commentary on current events.
Pardon me. But, my dear young man, politics are necessary.
Politics are rules imposed upon the people.
In this country, rules are not imposed. They are the wish of all free citizens.
Travel around a bit, then you'll see how free they are.
Yes, but you didn't let me finish.
They have every man in a straitjacket, and without a passport, he can't move a toe.
But if you'll allow me to...
In a free world, they violate the natural rights of every citizen.
But you don't let me fully...
They have become the weapons of political despots.
Yes, but may
And
I...
if you don't think as they think, you're deprived of your passport.
Will you allow me
To leave a country is like breaking out of jail.
Yes,
and
but...
to enter a country is like going through the eye of a needle.
But
Am I free to travel?
Of course you're free to travel.
Only with a passport.
Will you allow me to say something?
Only with a passport. Do animals need passports?
Have you finished?
It's in Congress that in this atomic age of speed, we are shut in and shut out by passports.
If you'll shut up and let somebody else talk...
And free speech, does that...
All right, my man was handing him his ass. All right, with basic comprehension of you know what I'm saying was obvious. And the crazy part about it is, you know, he was making some great points that people don't really see until they really think critically. Like, all right, check it out. That was a Charlie Chaplin video, okay? But yo, like, really, how free are you if you have to have paperwork to go anywhere? Like, you cannot go to let's say you wanted to go to Brazil or something. You know, you can't just get up and just go to Brazil. You got to have a passport, okay? If you don't have a passport, they're not going to let you leave. And people say, oh, it's because the planes are commercial, something such and such. You know, it's commerce basically, so you have to have the intended documents. Are you able to physically have your own private plane and just fly to another country? Is that a possibility? Or would you get in some serious shit if they found out you did that? That's the question. I don't know the answer to that. Maybe one of y'all can answer that for me. I'm not sure, but he was making an excellent point. You got to have permission from the government to do every damn thing. And that's the natural right is your natural right of movement to ingress and exgress. He had an excellent point. What can I say? What up, Slim? Magic, what up from Guatemala? Listen, man, I would love to take a vacation in Guatemala. That would be fire. What's up? What's up, gang? What's good? What's good? They told a lot back then. Listen, they've been talking about it for a long time. You know what I mean? But that's something people don't think about. They think, oh, yeah, we're free. This is a free country. But how free are you really? How free are you really? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you can't go anywhere without having those documents. We all see what happens when you try to exercise your right to travel in an automobile. You got to go back and forth with some asshole who's been training to be a police officer for 6 months and don't know none of the Constitution, don't know no rights and none of that. Their main goal is to throw you in a cell. It's so funny. Sounds like when I talk to the sheeple. Exactly. There's no rebuttal for that. How you going to rebut that? You can't. You can't rebut it. What up, Alfonso? What's good? What's good? Mike Miller, what up, son? Democracy is two peoples conspire to take money from a third person. Bingo. Bingo. It's supposed to be a republic, honestly. Documents and privileges subject to revocation. Yep. There you go. If you guys don't believe that, look on your passport and it'll tell you. I think in the paperwork it comes with the passport does not belong to you. It is property of the U.S. government. And people that say, "Oh, possession," possession is what is it? Possession is it? What is it? 9/10, not something like that. Basically, a majority of the law is possession. Like, yeah, but at the end of the day, it's still their property. That's why they want it back in certain circumstances. You could even get your passport taken going to another country. Y'all heard about that chick that was the indigenous chick. She calls herself probably calls herself a black chick. She went to where the hell did she go to? She went to Abu Dhabi or what? No, it was Dubai, right? Not too far from Abu Dhabi. She went to Dubai, and she gets in a something happened where she got in an accident or something like that, and she had to go to like the desk to get something from somebody. It was a man, and the man was giving her an attitude problem, and she tried to throw it back at him like with another attitude, and it wasn't. No, you cannot do that. All right, so they yanked her up and shit, and that's a 2-year prison sentence for a woman. If a woman talks back to a man in public, that is a 2-year prison sentence. And she, and listen, this is no shade to my indigenous women, man. Our indigenous women, they can go at it with you. All right, they'll go toe to toe with you when it comes to talking. They'll go toe to toe with you. They don't care. That First Amendment, they love that First Amendment. We all do. You know what I'm saying? We all love the First Amendment. But they will go back and forth with you for however long it takes. Don't matter. And going to that other country, she didn't realize she was violating. She was in the wrong. Man, they took her passport and threw her in a cell. I don't know if they're going to do a diplomatic negotiation. You know what I'm saying? Or like a diplomacy type deal and try to, make a deal on one end to try to get her back. I don't know if it's going to work like that, man. I'm not sure because she's not famous like Brittany Griner or something like that. Even though I don't even think that shit was real. But yeah, bottom line is I'm not sure they're gonna rescue that lady, man, which is crazy. And you go to these other countries, you better know the laws, customs, and the rules. Your best bet is to not draw any attention to yourself. That's your best bet. You're already a foreigner and you already stand out. Don't be acting like an ass. You know what I'm saying? What up, Merritt? What's good? What's good? Doesn't even know the laws they're enforcing. Yep. Dubai, yeah. Yeah, that was Dubai, man. Listen, Dubai crazy because I heard they remove your hands if you steal something, which you shouldn't be stealing any damn way. You shouldn't be taking something that doesn't belong to you anyway. But in Dubai, they remove your hands if you take something that don't belong to you. They take your hand away. Like, bruh. Depending on your destination, you may or may not need some sort of documentation to enter and stay without being arrested. But of course, you can go to the U.S. without anything and get bit. Man, bro, don't even start. That's facts right there, man. They got people just walking through the borders. You know what I'm saying? The main job, what's wild? The main job of the United States government, the main job is to protect our borders. That's the main job. They doing everything else. Y'all doing everything but what y'all supposed to be doing. What the hell? Yo, craziness, man. 9/10. That's what it is. Yeah, 9/10. I thought it was 9/10, but I didn't want to just say something. Sassy trucker. Yeah, she's running her mouth, but she learned a hard ass lesson, man. And a lot of sisters are like, yo, don't go to Dubai. Listen, you know what I'm saying? If you had self-control, and you didn't run off at your damn mouth and you can't control your emotions, you wouldn't have that big of an issue. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff you just gotta let that shit slide, man. Because if you in that other country, even if you in the right, like, listen, I done heard about expats. There was an expat that was in Philippines. Story that happened, like, man, this had to have been like 13 years ago now. And he got in a car accident, and one of the natives that it was the native's fault, ran into his car, and then he gets to arguing. and yelling at the dude, and the dude was looking at him like, "Yo, why you yelling? Stop yelling!" And he called him a nigga, and he was like, "What the f- you just say? I'll f you up." That's what he literally said to him. All right, so here you can say something like that. Here, you know what I'm saying? You can say that, and you might get away with it. Over there, they take threats very seriously. Man, he got locked up for that shit, bro. He got locked up for it. Fortunately, though, some of those police and judges are corrupt to the point where you can slide them a couple $100 and they'll make that shit disappear. For him anyway. But yeah, that shit. Gotta be careful when you go to them other countries. She acted up and yelling, and yep, she got her feminist self checked. Yeah, that feminism shit is dead, bruh. That shit done body. That shit ain't realistic. It's not realistic, bro. Listen, 2020. Kevin Samuels used to talk about this all the time. Rest his soul. In 2020, bruh, it was a lot of these single independent feminist women that was, all this, that, and the third. They were very afraid, and I felt bad for them, man, but I kind of didn't because they chose that path. But like, you don't know what's going on. Stuff's getting locked down. People might start getting desperate if it's locked down long enough. The government was shut down at one point. Like, you just don't know exactly what's going to happen. And you out there talking about you don't need a man. It would help to have a man right now, because when you got to go to that store and everybody's in there trying to get that toilet paper and all that stuff, stepping on people. If you guys ever been to if you want to know what it was like, you can think about a Target, a Walmart, or any of these electronic big places, Best Buy, any of that, whatever you got on your side of the neck of the woods. Think about how those places are on Black Friday when the people are standing outside on Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Thanksgiving night in tents and stuff like that, waiting to get in that store to get everything like, what is it, 75 or something, some crazy price off. Think of how savage it is. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be a 5'3" woman trying to buy stuff to survive when it's like men running around 6'5", 275 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get the same items you're getting. It's not going to turn out well for you. So your best bet is to have yourself a man in your corner. That's going to be the best bet. But a lot of them was afraid, man, because they ain't know what was going to happen. A lot of them learned their lesson, but some didn't. The fallen angels of nines don't claim possession, ever, never make claims. She was acting crazy in Puerto Rico and Virgin Islands too. There's videos of it. Wow, really? Is that what happened? She was tripping in Puerto. See, Puerto Rico. She got away with it in Puerto Rico though, because Puerto Rico was still a part of the United States of America. So I think the Virgin Islands too, right? So what I mean, she still had her First Amendment. Like, yeah, I'm out on the island, but I can still act a fool. So yeah, the customs and stuff and the tradition is different over there, but she still had the Constitution protecting her. So. It's still a territory, so she still was good money. But that's crazy somebody put that out there, man. That's wild. Just sail, go maritime. That's why they're using against us maritime admiralty law. Yep. Yeah, we hit the like button, yo. Y'all got 35 people in here. Last time I checked, when I was in the first stream on YouTube, it was only like, I think it was like 19 likes. Y'all can get that up to 37 people watching. That Chappelle skit talking about exchanging prisoners and bringing up the fact that prisoners were black. If you ever watched it, that would be the same result. I gotta watch it again. I haven't watched Dave Chappelle in years, man. It's good stuff though. What up, Jay? The instrument that keeps you out of jail here or anywhere is the ability to be able to do business with that country. An apostle birth certificate with the passport has a code in it to alert them of this status. Yeah, you know what's crazy? I thought they had said 2 years ago they don't accept the birth certificates anymore. I don't know if that's true or not. That might not be true, because I thought I read somewhere that they used to accept birth certificates, but they stopped doing that. That's interesting, though. That's interesting. Welcome to the Terror Dome. I do the order online. It's less stressful, especially in New York. Yeah, listen, I don't mess with that, yo, because listen, man, I can't do it. I ain't got the patience for it, man. I don't have the patience to be going in anywhere on Black Friday. Nah, I can't do it, man. You know, if I ever did go, it wouldn't be when it first opened. I just had to go there and get what's left in the store. I had to get there like freaking 4:30 or 5 o'clock and just get what's left. I don't care. I'm not getting into it with nobody or no damn freaking toaster or something like. Nah, man, it ain't gonna happen. Can't do it. Always carry an authenticated birth certificate as you travel. Document is as a travel document is A plus. Even passport bros looking to be weeded out, you must have this or you ask permission. Looking to be weeded out, I guess it meant to say. Huh. So you don't carry a passport, you carry your authenticated birth certificate. I can imagine the low-level functionaries or the gatekeepers, you know what I'm saying, the people that work these regular mundane jobs that keep the wheels turning will have no idea what to do with an authenticated birth certificate. Not saying it won't work. Not saying it won't work, but it would be very interesting to check that out. I might have to see what's up with that, man. I might have to see what's up with that. Might have to check that out, Jacob. You might be right. Cornell, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good with everybody? Yes, indeed. But yeah, we got 43 people in here. Everybody smack that like button on the way in. Do me a favor. Do me a solid, man. Do me a solid. Hit the super chat. Hit the super chat. Drop a donation. You can hit the Cash App right there at the bottom. Scrolling across the bottom of the screen if you can see it. All right, let me see where we at with these likes. Let me see if y'all slacking again. I gotta check up on y'all, man. Y'all got bad records. Y'all got bad credit with the likes. All right, where we at? Okay. We had 29 likes. Ah, man, you see that? Now I'm gonna have to. Y'all gonna make me stop the damn show and wait until y'all get these likes up. Y'all gotta get the likes up, man. Likes don't cost you a thing. We got 30 now. Now we're gonna have to stop right here because there's 10 of y'all that ain't hit that like button. $31. Y'all playing games. Now New York is the soon to come zombie apocalypse. Listen, the worst place you could be in a zombie apocalypse is New York, bro. It's too many people, man. You got to worry about the biggest problem in a zombie apocalypse is not the zombies, it's the people. It's the dickheads. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, the people that think, oh shit, I can do whatever I fucking want. Let me go over there and do this to this man and do this, that, and the third. Not to say that everybody would be like that, because I don't believe that'd be the case. But yo, I still think you would have an issue with people. You know what I'm saying? But then again, you don't have somebody trying to. You're able to protect yourself. Where we at? He says I got 39. Okay, is it? All right, yeah, my thing must be behind here because it said I only had that joint said I had about 37. Don't answer the question from your servants. Always be as king or asking. Ah, that's fire right there. Thank you for hitting that joint. Yes, indeed. Appreciate that, Ron. But yes. That is my man speaking facts. He said, don't be answering no questions. Absolute. All right, let's move on, shall we? All right, man. Let's talk about what happened with because something happened with Barack Obama's chef, right? Is that what is that the case? Did something happen with Barack Obama's chef? Listen, I'm gonna tell you guys this. as far as that particular situation goes, I'm gonna defer to my man Super Sly 75 because he nailed it. I think he had some good points on his channel about that. I'm trying to find out. I thought I saved it. Hold on. I might have to go to YouTube. I gotta go to YouTube then because I don't have it saved. Because there's some conflicting stories about what was originally reported upon with that particular situation and the story that came out later. And it wasn't adding up. Where's the video at? Hold on. Here we go. All right. Now listen. This is my man Super Sly 75. Let me go ahead and share this video with you guys.
Whatever. Okay, let's get to this Obama thing. This Tafari Campbell.
Can y'all hear that? It's very low in my headphones. Can y'all hear that? Let me know if y'all can. I don't want to go forward until somebody lets me know. Matter of fact, hey, Slacker, hit the Telegram. Let me know if you can hear that, man, because I know you be instant with it. Hit me on Telegram. Let me know if you can hear that video. If he even on, he might not even be on here right now. Okay, cool. Y'all can hear it. All right, bet. All right, bet. I'm gonna play it for y'all. All right, listen.
Rabbit hole. Oops. Here we go. Here's the first part. Everybody grab your aluminiums, whatever you wears, and let's go for a hot second. Okay. Now, Tafari Campbell, police say nothing suspicious with chef's drowning as Obama daughter leave the island. Now, remember when it was first reported, nobody was home.
Y'all remember that. And I haven't even been following this story like that, all right? Because I knew it was some sideways stuff going on. I'm like, yeah, they gonna say what they say. I'm gonna just wait till the details come out. And originally they said, I remember I heard the story, they said nobody was home and dude was in the back in a pond and drowned face down or something like that. That's the story that originally came out, okay? Now they saying something different, of course.
Remember, when it was first reported, they said nobody was home. Now, all of a sudden, there were people in the house. Okay. Let's continue. No evidence of anything suspicious with the drowning death of Barack Obama's personal chef, Tafari Campbell. And then I seen something, I forgot to grab it. People were saying he was depressed. He was complaining that he was depressed working for Obama and that he hated working for Michelle. Tafari Campbell, depression. Damn it, I should have screenshotted that shit. Is that his name? Tafari? No. Damn it. Okay, so there was a conversation between Tafari and somebody, and he was alluding to he was basically depressed and hated working for the Obamas, especially Michelle. Depression. Okay, here we go. Take all this with a huge grain of the biggest Himalayan sea salt you can find. Okay? This is what they're saying. According to close family and friends, Tafari Campbell was unhappy working for the Obamas. Michelle made his life especially miserable, said friend who asked not to be named. She nitpicked him to death over the smallest things. Okay? Once again, this is all speculation, all conjecture. Okay, so now let's get to the call log. Wait, let me get back to this story real quick. Okay. Okay, work for Obamas. Okay, their daughters, Sasha and Malia, were spotted leaving Martha's Vineyard after the tragedy. Once again, first reports, nobody was home. Safari was a beloved part of our family, blah, blah, blah. So now it's starting to slowly come out that there were people in the house. Now, once again, he was with a fellow paddleboarder who has not been named. Now, when they said they refused to name this person, you know who I thought about, right?
Exactly. Like, yo, there's no possible way that paddleboarder is not gonna be named. We know who it was that was with him.
Right? When they refused to name this person, my first thoughts were it was Obama. Did Bronny do roids? I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question. Right? That's a good question. I'm not sure. Big Pontiac. It hasn't. I haven't heard anything about it. I wouldn't be surprised. So when they refused to name the person, the other paddleboarder, the first thing I thought it was he was out there with Barack. Right? Okay. Now let us continue. Here. Okay. The other paddleboarder then swam to shore and notified a person on shore of what happened. That person placed a 911 call to the Dukes County Regional Emergency Communications Center, which initiated an immediate emergency search and rescue response by numerous police or public safety agencies. Okay. Okay. Once again, take everything I present with a huge grain of salt. Now let's get to what Twitter is saying. Here's what Twitter is saying. Shout out to Dom Luker. Right. So Dom Luker said, I reported that initial reports claimed that President Obama was the second paddleboarder. I'm far from surprised when that was the only information that police hid. There is a great chance that President Barack Obama was the second paddleboarder. I am agreeing with this.
I mean, and it makes sense because listen, regular police are not going to be handling anything that has anything to do with anything on the Obama estate. It ain't going to happen. All right. If Disney has their own police, I promise you, they have their own police. You know what I'm saying? The freaking if it's U.S. Who knows? I don't know. But it ain't no regular police officers. These dudes know what time is supposed to be on. You know what I mean? They know what's up and what not to do and what happens to them if they do what they're not supposed to do.
I'm in line with this. Now, this is the actual call log that they blacked out. Now, let me see if did I have it? Oh, I thought I had it. Okay, hold up. Shit. All right, somebody went and removed the marker. So we're gonna get to it. Hold up. I know it's there because I've seen it. I synced it. Son. I synced it. All right. See, okay. Looks like they put an actual marker on the original and then a phone marker. I was only able to take the one from the phone. Okay. Wait. We're gonna get to it. Because somebody has the actual where it's not blocked out. So there we go. Okay. Somebody made a report, the phone call at what is this? 9, what is that? Oh, military guys, what time is that? 1946. What is that? 7 o'clock? 7:46? 7:46. Wilson's Landing, 1:30 Wilson's Landing. And then another report, a medical emergency at what? 11:40 at 48 Turkey Land Cove. Now, somebody from the area knows. I'm gonna go back in the thread, but they know where this area is from which this phone call was made. Okay, so let me go back into the thread. Let me go back because it's kind of crazy. I don't know if I gotta find it. Let's see. Show more. No. Okay, we need to. No, just bear with me, y'all. We're gonna find it. Okay. Let's see. First one marked yellow. Okay, second one. Okay. The first one marked yellow was the 911 call made from Wilson's Landing. Second one marked yellow was a medical emergency made right across the water from where the 911 call was made on Turkeyland Cove Road about 3 hours after the 911 call was made. Okay, now they're saying both daughters were with him. Remember, because exactly when they first reported, nobody was home. They said they're saying no water in lungs and blunt force trauma to the face. So if you drown, clearly there's water in the lungs. Okay. Of course, we're not gonna get the cameras because that would make no sense. Okay, let's go back out. Let's go back out. Let's go back out. Okay, police. So they refuse to identify the second paddleboarder. So for me, that tells me that might have been Barack. That could have been me. Okay. So now they're saying the first 911 call came from Obama's house. Okay, he was reported missing on Sunday night. And then Monday morning, they found his body. Right?
But see, he that's what happens when you got diplomatic immunity. You can do shit like this. You see what I'm saying? He probably got a golden. His passport probably golden. Probably golden, yo. He got a diplomatic passport. Nothing is gonna happen to him over this. Matter of fact, his name can't be put in any of the freaking Secret Service reports over something like that. That's diplomatic immunity for your ass. You can just take somebody out and be good money.
Okay. However, the police are refusing to name the person he was with. At 7:46 p.m., a 911 call was made to report that he had fallen in and could not make it back to the surface. That call is noted in Edgerton Police Department logs, but the reason for the 911 call behind it is left mysteriously blank. And here it is. Now, every other call that came through is given a reason. That call there, no reason given. The origin of the call is also listed as Wilson's Landing, a paddleboard launch site. The site is some 2 miles from the Obama's mansion on Turkeyland Cove. However, Massachusetts State Police originally stated that the first 911 call came from the Obama's residence. Leave this one alone. This is above all of our pay grades. Lodge business means it's none of your business. Okay? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy because that's facts. My man said this is large business, mind yours. You know what I mean? Hey, Carrie D on Super Slime 75 channel said Barry beat him in the head with the paddle. I don't see him being that much of a savage, bro. I don't see him being that much of a savage. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Lodge business means it's none of your business. Yeah? Let's continue. Edgerton Police Chief Bruce McNamee told the Daily Mail that the call log is generated by the Dukes County Sheriff's Office. McNamee said he could only speculate on why the reason for the call is left blank. He argues that it may be because the caller from Obama's property didn't dial 911, which automatically generates location data, and instead made a direct call to a business line. That's not how it works, bro. He also said the address was listed as Wilson's Landing because that was the public launch used as the command post. At the time the call came in, authorities didn't know where the drowning occurred, so used the staging site for the incident location, the police chief said. The Obama's extravagant property boasts a private beach from which a paddleboard can be easily launched. questions are being raised about where the Obamas were when the incident happened. The Obama's office first claimed that Barack and Michelle were not at the Martha's Vineyard estate at the time of the drowning. However, the story later changed when it was revealed that they were on Martha's Vineyard but not at home during the incident. But Campbell was reported missing on Sunday night and found dead on Monday morning, so it is unclear why the Obamas would be on the island but not at their home. What are we talking about? The maximum length of the island is 20 and a half miles. So everywhere on Martha's Vineyard is easily accessible with a short drive. It is also unclear if the Obama's daughters, Sasha and Malia, also in town, were at home or out with friends or their parents. Now, we're going back. They just said they were at the house. Once again, let's continue. Dispatch calls between the emergency services on Martha's Vineyard confirmed there was a second paddleboarder on the water with Campbell. I'm going with the Obama theory. I'm going with the theory that Obama and Tafari went out paddleboarding and possibly lovers quarrel, or Obama confronted Tafari about some things he may have seen and heard, and Tafari said no, and Obama possibly beat him to death with the paddleboard. Yeah. This is all speculation. This is all fiction. This is not real. Let's continue. They also confirmed that the original 911 call to report what had happened came from an unidentified female who by 8:18 was out on the water on a boat going back and forth, presumably looking for him. Quote, "We met with the reporting party. She is on a boat with two individuals and they're going back and forth as well," said one of the rescuers at 8:23 p.m. It's unclear if the mysterious female is the same person Campbell was paddleboarding with. I don't believe. No. He wasn't with no woman. Campbell's body was recovered on Monday at 10 a.m., more than 12 hours after he fell into the water. He was found 100 feet from the shore in and around 8 feet of water. You're not drowning in 8 feet of water. The guy could swim. Let's stop the bullshit. The guy could swim. Yet, further adding to the mystery, Campbell prided himself on being a skilled swimmer. He frequently posted videos and images to social media showing himself swimming laps. One video was even labeled with the hashtag survival skills, which makes his tragic drowning in shallow water all the more perplexing. Massachusetts State Police have concluded that Campbell's death is not suspicious. All right, case closed. Case closed. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here, y'all. Take what I presented tonight with a huge grain of salt.
All right, so my man Super Sly 75, yo, shout out to Super Sly 75. If you aren't subscribed to my man, he gets, as you can see, he breaks it down to the nitty gritty. First thing he does is he checks his inside connects, and he'll get on Twitter. He'll pull all that stuff and have it ready for you within like an hour of hearing the news. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man. He gets busy with the info. So Super Sly 75, if you're watching, salute. That was an excellent video. And pretty that was damn near 1975 Batman detective work you just pulled off, my good sir. But yeah, that was it was definitely, you know what I'm saying, some inside business, you know, that got leaked on the outside 100%. And all parties involved knew what they were getting themselves into when they signed that contract. All right. Let me hear what y'all got to say about it. I'm curious to know what y'all going to say about this one. Curious to know what y'all going to say about this one. All right, here we go. Fast progression. Yes, indeed. Always moving forward, man. Never backwards. Never going to get the truth through these outlets. Oh, absolutely. But you know what it is? The outlets are good for one thing, because the outlets flim-flam their story a lot. That's how a lot of times you can tell they lying. When they changed their story drastically, like when they said nobody was home, and then they said, you know, there was a call made from the house, but if nobody was home, how was that call made from the house type deal? You know what I mean? That's how you know there's some shadow, some bullshit going on, you know? I got told by a veteran I work with Obama has a lot of heritage and something about him being an important player. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, listen. All of these motherfuckers are put in place. This is all a show we watch, and they're all placed strategically in place. You know what I'm saying? And this is the same script they follow with every uh civilization, you know. Same script. That's why it works. Why change was broken. Take it with a grain of salt. Yeah, of course, because nobody, let's be honest, nobody knows what happened. Nobody knows what happened. We don't know. We don't know. Yes, indeed. Bloodline is fact. Exactly what I thought so too. A6 vid of the president being, yep, all of them. All of them. That's why I don't buy into that Trump versus Biden bullshit. It's all fake. Presidents aren't elected, they're selected 1,000%. It's a corporation. Certain people are put in place to run a corporation. They're not just going to put a motherfucker in place to run a corporation that don't belong there or they don't feel like that belongs there. You know what I'm saying? So nah, don't work like that. Would have been the witness. Word. SS is just a title that people appointed. Yep. Yeah, the police definitely would have been a Secret Service. Then they're the last. I think they were the last ones to have mandatory Secret Service protection for the rest of their lives. I believe. I think Obama's were the last ones. But yeah, Secret Service is everywhere. So of course, if nobody was home, the Secret Service was still home. The Secret Service was still there. I'm sure he's been on classified missions. That doesn't mean he's so. Yeah, good point. Yes, SCI. Bro said what he said. He could be lying to me, throw me off on the trail or something along them lines. Y'all going in on that joint. Yo, Tracy said maybe it was Big Mike that hit the man. Yo, you know what's crazy, Tracy? I was saying the same thing. I'm like, yo, Barack is not that. He's not the guy. You know what I mean? He ain't built like that, yo. He not built like that. You know, Big Mike, however, dude got some muscle on him. You know what I'm saying? Dude got some muscle on him. What can I say? Big Mike. There were a couple of guys who came out saying they did this with Obama and did see with him, but they're not. Yeah, of course. You can't say that. That's what happened to what's her name? Joy. What is her name? The one who basically said, you know what I mean, what she said about Michelle Obama, and something happened to her not too far after that. You know, maybe that's a situation of what happened here. Who knows? Who knows? What up, Cherokee? What's good? Peace to the chat. Yes, indeed. Peace to the chat. But listen, it's a stone cold who done it. But hey, they said there's no foul play. So what can we say? You know what I mean? They were there and they said there's no foul play. So what does that mean? Joan Rivers. That's who it was. Joan Rivers. I always forget her name. Joan Rivers. You know, you can't say that. They don't want you to say that. You're not allowed to say that. You're not allowed to say that about her for obvious reasons, or him. All right, let's move on, shall we? But yeah, shout out to Super Sly 75 for doing that excellent work. That was some fire. Okay, what's next here? Let's see what this is all about. Let's look at some new AI technology that the highway patrol is playing around with to give you more tickets and fines if you're traveling with state plate.
The big rig drivers believe this new equipment just goes too far because it looks directly into the cabs of their trucks.
Well, the equipment is portable and is being moved around to different parts of the state. It allows the highway patrol to look down into the cab of a commercial truck to see whether or not the driver is holding a cell phone or not wearing a seatbelt. Highway Patrol pulled over one 18-wheeler after another today along Interstate 40 in Burke County. Each truck had passed under the new AccuSensus equipment. miles away in Hickory. There are 4 cameras here taking photos of the trucks, their license tags, and inside the cabs, looking for distracted drivers.
They know what the rules are. They know what the regulations say. And ones that are rolling the dice and not putting their phones down and not looking at the road, they're really putting themselves and other people in danger by doing that.
State troopers say artificial intelligence identifies whether the commercial truck driver is holding a cell phone or not wearing a seatbelt and relays a series of photos to state troopers. The drivers are quickly identified, pulled over, and can be cited and face fines up to $100. The state has purchased 3 portable units through a federal grant for nearly $500,000. We spoke with truck drivers today who were not pulled over and got a mixed reaction.
We are here working hard, to make everything go. And for them to do that, it's kind of cheating.
The blink of an eye is how it could happen. And no one really realizes how much stopping distance these trucks need.
State troopers say they also do inspections during those traffic stops, but they say their goal here is to make the roads safer for everyone.
All right, so they want to make the roads safer for everybody by using high-tech technology to look inside your car and see if you're using the phone. You know what I'm saying? See if you're on the phone messing around so they can charge you some money. You know what I mean? So they can charge you some money and you can pay some money for having to do such, Messing with the truckers, man. Messing with the truckers. I can't count how many times I've seen highway patrol on a fucking phone. You know what I mean? How many times I've seen them texting, watching a movie. Come on, man. leave them damn truckers alone. Shit. Give them a break. They in the thick of things, man. They in the thick of it. That's crazy though. The technology, it's like, it's always a way to figure out how to screw you out of more money. They're gonna figure out how to squeeze more money out of you. Always. Now take a look at this right here. Look at this Congresswoman's aide during this public hearing.
Interview with FBI employee Roya Demlow, who you just spoke about, which took place on July 17, 2023. In that line, she says, the question was asked, okay, if someone were to leave here today, were to leave this interview and were to suggest or imply that when you said the laptop was real, that it meant that the FBI had affirmatively determined in October 2020 that the laptop belonged to Hunter Biden, that the contents belonged to Hunter Biden, and that the contents had not been manipulated in some way, would they be representing what you said, correct? Answer by Ms. Demlow. They would be representing what I said because I don't have much knowledge of that. They would be misrepresenting what I said because I don't have much knowledge of that. Because this committee likes to misrepresent or leave off complete.
Yeah, she had some serious problems, man. She looked like she was having a hot flash or something, man. Her face was all weird. What was up with that, man? You think it was the Pope? What y'all think? What y'all think, man? It's always something in the background when they talking about stuff like this. It's always somebody in the background doing some face stuff or something. You know what I'm saying? That right there is a certified demon. Oh, she got something going on. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it was. Will they do police while they're not on the phone? Wearing a seatbelt. Right. How about that? Oh, snap. I missed my man. Oh, my man, Bad Wolf. I didn't even see you comment in here. What's up, champ? What's good? What's good with you? Law enforcement with a laptop, radio, laser gun, etc. should talk about being distracted. Man, bro. The stories I can tell you, man. I done seen all kinds of backwards stuff, man. Laws not being enforced, man. I done seen all kinds of shit. I can't even. What can I say? Yes, indeed. What up, Wolf? What up, Wolf? That right there is a certified. I covered that right there. Agreed. Yep. Look like she is on some good shit. Yeah, she on some shit, all right. What up, Mike? What's good, champ? All right. Let me see. Let's talk about Glitch McConnell. So this is another Super Sly video. He hit this one on the head as well. Super Sly 75. He got busy this week. Y'all need to go check him out on YouTube. Super Sly 75. So apparently, 3 days ago, Mitch McConnell had a speech, and his face did something weird. Take a look at this.
Mitch had a glitch. Damn, this is a bad glitch too. They just let him sit up there like, yo, get your man's up off this podium.
Bipartisan cooperation.
Like, get your man's off this podium. And they zoomed in. This was bad. I felt bad. Like, what are y'all doing? Get him out of here.
Hey, yo, that dude is loading. Look at him. He's just sitting there. He look like that what is it, Mr. Mortimer? What is that turtle? That turtle with the glasses. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't play games with me. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The little turtle with the glasses. I can't remember where it's from, but this dude looks like that turtle.
Get that man up out of here. Oh no. This was bad. Get that man up out of here. I
don't know. He looked like he aware of where he is. He's just standing there, not saying nothing. Like, dude is toast. He toast.
This was bad. It was bad. Now he snaps back in the frame. That was bad. That was pretty bad. Listen, the Germans had perfected cloning since the 30s. I don't argue or debate it with people. It's just not worth the energy. If you don't believe that they are amongst us, okay, then have at it. All right. So they need to update him to Windows 3.1.
My man Super Sly said he believes that he's a clone. Could be. I think it's more of a situation where dude's AI chip malfunctioned or something. Like, I don't know if the clone is organic enough or like that. It might just be like an AI malfunction. He looked like he was loading. You know what I'm saying? You know your PlayStation or something, when you play it, it has that loading bar and it has to load up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what was going on with him. My man was loading. You could probably hear the circuits. You know, back in the day when you put a CD or something in an old school CD, what is it? Hard drive. You put the CD in there and you hear it making all that noise. That's what was happening in his head when he was trying to figure out what to say next. Matter of fact, you probably heard the 1999 America Online. I'm logging in to get on the internet with a dial-up noise. It was like, nerd. This dude literally was loading. Like, my man, what are you doing, bro? Go sit that motherfucker down somewhere, man. Sheesh. Craziness. He just stood there like an asshole. Federal claims IA does nothing. All right, enlightenment. They said he soiled his pants. Maybe. I suppose it possibly could have happened. Maybe. No, not Bentley. Nah. He does look like a turtle. I told y'all he looked like a turtle. My man looked like Raphael and shit. The Microsoft Circle of Death been waiting on your computer to work. Yo, he got the red eye, man. He got the 3 rings of death thing. Some people are saying that he had a stroke, and if you look at him a few days later, his mouth is sagging on the left side. Really? Oh, okay. His ass is too old to be there in the first place. He should have set his ass down 15, 20 years ago. Like, you want to be sitting up there in a position of power and you just want to tell people what to do and make all that damn money. You should have retired 15, 20 years ago. Go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? All these old ass dudes, man, go sit down. If that is the case, go sit down. And it's not a disrespectful shot at anybody of age. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, you there because you greedy for power. You and your wife. Well, real quick, the clones are supposedly for the demons who have been wandering here. since God did the flood are in those clones. I'm not surprised about that at all. I'm not surprised. I listen. That's not far fetched to me at all. Windows 95 crashed. Error 404. It was like doom. Error 404. Yeah, it was some crazy stuff right there. Yep. Yeah, he's too old for that position, man. That's type of man. You got to sit down somewhere at that point. Biden too. You know, Biden is definitely a freaking AI. Ain't no way Biden's not an AI. But yeah, sit your ass down somewhere too, man. Get some new robots in there. I'm back. I'm glad you go. Yes, sir. Thank you, man. Thank you for tuning in again. But yeah, my man needs to he needs to retire, man, because it's not working out for him right now. It's not working out for him. All right, look, let's take a look at this right here. This is the last video I'm gonna share for the night. This is the Lackluster channel. So the Lackluster channel basically is on the side of freedom, truth, and justice. All right, and what they basically stand for, pointing out corruption and breaking down why it is corrupt. I like this channel because they have the same constitutional beliefs we do. They have a comprehension of exactly what the founding documents say to an extent. And they're not like auditing the audit. Auditing the audit is basically statutes, codes, and regulations. You know what I'm saying? They have no idea what the fuck is going on. So let's take a look at this video right here.
To the Lackluster channel. In May of 2019, Deputy Alan Gaston of the Lucas County Sheriff's Office walked into an IRS building in Toledo, Ohio, to check on a personal tax issue.
Gaston, a defensive tactics instructor, says he had questions about an IRS letter and was there to get a phone number.
He said, you're going to have to take your gun and duty belt off. And I said, well, I can't do that.
Before he knew it, he faced a loaded weapon pointed right at him. At first, the deputy was informed that he was not allowed in the office with a firearm, but there was no safe for the deputy to stow the weapon, and the discussion quickly escalated into a verbal argument.
He said, well, you can't leave your weapon up here. You're going to have to take everything off. I said, well, do you have a locker? He said, no, we don't. You're going to have to take it to the car. And I said, well, I have been up here once before.
310, you can have it here.
And they never said, nah.
I asked him, are you here on official business? He said, no. Okay, you have to take your weapons off the property. You cannot have them here. He asked me if it was someplace where he could store them. I said, no, there's no place here on the property that you can store them. You're going to have to take them off the property.
At times, it appears as though the officer had his hand on his holstered weapon, though he claims to have been merely resting his arm on it. Over the course of a few minutes, the deputy continuously refused to lock up his weapon and allegedly denied requests for him to leave, even after a threat from an IRS employee that they would call 911 if he didn't exit the building.
So another gentleman stood up and said, hey, you got to do what he says or you're being disruptive, I believe he said.
Went on and said, look, you got to follow the instructions of the guard. I don't care if you're the mayor or the congressman or whoever, if he tells you leave this office or one of us tells you leave, you got to leave.
The security guard eventually unholsters his weapon and points it directly at the deputy before following him out of the office.
University of Maryland Global Campus is a school for real life, one that values the successes you've.
Get your hands off your weapon. I said, I don't have my hands on my weapon. He immediately goes and he draws his weapon out, points it at me. I said, what is wrong with you? And I said, I'm leaving. He follows me out. He said, it's too late now. You're going in cuffs. When I turn around and walk away, I said, this is dumb. You know, because I just figured I'd diffuse it by just leaving. Yeah. And that's when he follows me out. So he follows me around the corner here. And I said, you need to go back inside. I hit the elevator to get off. He said, no. He said, no, you're not getting off.
An IRS employee and witness then called 911, reporting that the deputy was refusing to leave.
911, where's your emergency?
Yeah, we got a taxpayer at the IRS office at 433 North Summit that has a gun and he won't leave the premises.
The 911 call strangely left out the fact that Alan Gaston was the deputy sheriff.
I was expecting to show up because all he said was, yeah, it's just a black male, and they gave no description of no clothing, never said he was a deputy, nothing. So I'm waiting to show up and just have some black guy walking around in cities.
U.S. Code Section 930 states that it is illegal to knowingly possess or cause to be present a firearm or other dangerous weapon in a federal facility. There are a few exceptions to this rule, however. Under subsection D, an officer, agent, or employee of the United States is allowed to carry a firearm in a federal facility as long as they are conducting official duties, such as investigating or prosecuting a potential crime. To be clear, Deputy Gaston was not carrying out official duties at the time of this incident. He was inquiring about a personal tax matter. Though he was in uniform at the time, visiting the IRS office while being paid by your tax dollars, he was not part of an investigation or prosecution. This means that, technically speaking, he was committing a federal crime.
The security guard followed the deputy to the elevator. That's when Gaston pulled out his phone and took a photo of Eklund holding the gun. It's only then he holstered his weapon.
It's too late. I'm putting cuffs on you. Stop. And he comes out and he's screaming while pointing his gun at me. So when I pull my phone out to take a picture of it, he puts it away. I said, well, there's cameras in there anyway. Yeah.
Officers and deputies arrive at the scene and attempt to make sense of the situation, but they seem confused about which laws apply to this specific set of circumstances. They try to determine whether the officer was visiting the IRS office on official business.
So I stopped up here to ask a question about...
Gentlemen, I need to talk to you before he talks to you.
We're right here. Okay, again, I stopped up to ask a question. You want to pull the side, that's fine. I stopped up to ask a question about some tax situation. When I walked in, he said, if you're up here on official business, I said no.
That gentleman up here, he's not here on official business. He came in here with his weapons. I told him he couldn't have them. He had his hands on his weapons. I told him to remove his hands from his weapons. He didn't listen. I drew on him.
You can't point your gun at someone. This isn't even a life-threatening situation. And I turned around and walked away, and he's still pointing at me. And other civilians.
I didn't see that.
There's cameras here. There are cameras here. Please look at your cameras.
My whole issue is that he's in uniform. I mean, it's clear that he is a deputy.
Yeah,
that's like one of us coming up here dressed like this.
I was told about this after the fact.
Even if he's an officer?
You're not allowed to have your weapons on federal property. Even us, even you, unless you're here on official business.
Personally, I'd haul his ass in. I don't care if he's a FPS employee or not. There's no reason. I quit carrying my gun up here when I was sworn. Because they said, well, you can't have it in here.
He had a hard-on for me from the minute I walked in.
And then you drew on him?
He had his hands on his weapon. I gave him ample time. I told him if you were the 3 times his hands off his weapons. He would alternate from having his hand on his pistol to having his hand on his teeth to having his hand on his baton. So I told him to turn around, put his hands up, and get his hands off his weapon. And he just listened. And he turned around, I drew my gun on him.
Next, the officers seem to argue over whether the IRS office constitutes a federal building.
What's his reason?
He's saying that it's a federal building and the offices up here that no one's allowed, regardless of status, to have a firearm in the building.
Really?
Yeah.
What's he got on him?
This is not a federal building.
No, it's not.
This is a federal office there, but from there down, it's public.
Right. This is our suspect with a gun. He just can't be here with weapons. He wasn't listening. Glad he didn't pull a gun on me, because I would have probably pulled mine on him. But
I started to disarm him.
Yeah,
but I didn't. I just.
The only thing is he feels that he was in the right. Now I don't know what your guys' rules are, and I know it says no firearms. The only problem is.
But common sense. Yeah, he has no common sense.
I know.
Okay. I mean, it would be different if he walked up here and was in city clothes and had a shirt on, and then he seen his shirt moving, he had a gun on.
Exactly, that's what I
That
thought
makes a huge difference. Or Joe Schmuck off the streets walks up here and it's open carry and he's got his gun hanging out.
You know what he
it says downstairs, no weapons.
When I got in the elevator to leave, he kept his gun out and kept his foot in the elevator. You're not going anywhere.
From what I'm hearing right now, he needs to go.
You gotta wait out here, because you were the one that called and we gotta get this cleared up.
Yeah, and you were responding on official business, you can come in there.
No, you gotta wait out here, sir.
At what point do you think it's good to pull a gun out, point it at
And again, that's
law enforcement?
He's in full uniform, got his details on, everything.
I'm sorry, man, but I've got my direction from the Federal Protective Service. I have to listen to them.
Okay, so this is a federal building.
No, it's a federal office.
This is a federal office. The building belongs to city. Federal.
You gotta call your boss. Listen, do not make this worse, man. Okay, please.
I'm contracted by the Federal Protective Service. I have to get back to my job.
Lucky you got a little bit of experience and time, right? You ain't freaking waffle his ass.
Oh, I know.
I'm gonna call
You called 911 and now you
No,
want
I did not call 911. I
Who
called
did?
911. That gentleman.
This guy's a boob.
There's no limit to your.
I understand you're.
And this is just how I'm saying it.
What's law bringing in firearms in the government and like when you're.
Well,
he's not an official, even though he's on county. He's on county time. This we'll check all the records. You have to do, but he's coming here on personal business, and he's not an official business. He can't bring his firearm.
As long as he's in uniform.
But he's on uniform. But he's not on official business.
Doesn't matter as long as he's in uniform, because I mean, what if he, and here's my what if he just got off shift, was going to take care of this because he doesn't live in the city or close to here before he goes home. Okay, and then it just, and I'm just playing devil's advocate for you so you can understand. Say he does put all this stuff in his car and locks his car up, somebody breaks in and steals all this stuff. Now we got some criminal running around.
He probably shouldn't be here on
you know what I'm saying?
time either, you know.
Well,
I just came to ask a simple question.
That's up to him.
And I got this. Trying to get all the facts. He said call because this.
Yes, he pointed his gun at me.
Arrest that son of a bitch.
The security guard was branded a racist and was fired. He pleaded not guilty to charges of aggravated menacing, which was later amended to simple assault, to which he withdrew and entered a plea of no contest. He was given a suspended sentence of 6 months and was placed on active probation for 1 year, had to undergo mental health counseling, a gun safety class, and could not own a firearm during his probation. Deputy Gaston sued the 2 security companies involved and Seth Eklund, the security guard, seeking damages exceeding $25,000, alleging assault and battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress, false imprisonment, and the officer's wife claimed loss of consortium. The lawsuit was reported settled for an undisclosed amount and was dismissed with prejudice. As for the security guard, he certainly could have handled the situation much differently. The obvious solution would be for each party to call their supervising officers for clarification, but the guard was foolish to draw his weapon in this circumstance. However, the fact remains that the deputy may have been committing a legitimate federal crime, and by refusing to comply with the guard's request for him to leave, trespassing as well. But again, ignorance of the law is not a valid defense unless you're a law enforcement officer.
And I know it says no firearms. The only problem is,
but common sense.
This boob should never have a gun. I mean, my personal opinion, when you walk up here in a full uniform.
In this case, Deputy Gaston was never charged. The irony is that while officers mistakenly draw firearms on people for seemingly arbitrary reasons, they rarely ever face punitive consequences for the improper use of force, and if they do, they are shielded by qualified immunity and indemnification. On the other hand, the security guard was sued and criminally charged for doing the same thing. Many innocent suspects who have faced the business end of a police-issued firearm never see justice, while this deputy appears to have actually broken the law.
Yeah, and I realized this guy is goofy as hell. He's gun.
So let me know what you think of this situation in the comments down below. Was the prosecution and civil action against the security guard fair? And if not, would it change your mind if Deputy Gaston was charged as well?
I mean, he's screaming, and I'm like, okay, this guy's dumb. So I'm gonna just leave.
Thanks for watching.
All right, so listen, classic battle of the state versus federal. Okay, it never gets old. You got a dude walking in. It wasn't a federal building technically, because it was one of them situations where it was like an office complex with different suites, and the IRS building was, or the IRS office was in the building. So the building technically wasn't a federal building, but the office was federal. You see what I'm saying? So it was a nasty gray area. You know what I mean? But fact of the matter is, my man was not there on official business. He was there for personal reasons, which is a federal crime. So he basically got to skate. And the dude who wasn't a law enforcement officer for the federal office of the IRS ended up getting charged and fired. What the And then listening to the way the police officer was talking. Yeah, he's in uniform. It shouldn't be a problem. I can see if he was some Joe Schmo off the street with a firearm. First off, the Second Amendment says the people have the right to keep and bear arms, not the police. First off, this is the issue. This is the issue. You know what I'm saying? This is the issue. Very interesting stuff, man. But I saw that video and I'm like, yo, that's a very interesting situation. And then he hit him with all these claims of racism and all this other stuff, which is horseshit. But he definitely was in the wrong. If you're not there on official business, bro, you shouldn't even be there armed. And then, let alone, you shouldn't be taking care of no personal issues on the clock. Like, yo, the people are paying for you to be doing stuff. You on the people's time. You doing personal shit on the people's time, man. Come on, son. What you doing? Both are correct and both are wrong. That's an interesting stance, Jacob. That's an interesting stance, man. I was late. I couldn't find you. I was late because I couldn't find your video. So maybe you already mentioned the government warning concerning 2024 elections. Please educate me because I must have missed that this last week. It was a lot of stuff happening. State has no contractual agreements with local authorities, and the jurisdiction should not touch unless agreed upon. The deputy had the mindset of the county area instead of the floor of a building. Right. Yeah, right. It's a very gray area. You know what I mean? The cop wasn't on official business. It's a federal property. He's in the wrong and also could have left it in the car. That's a felony. And trespassing when he told him to get off the property. He's a trustee of that property. He tell you to get off, you got to go. Period. You know what I'm saying? And he eventually tried to leave, but it took you a while to move your ass. Same thing with the post office. They have no jurisdiction there. And now that's a federal building. Let's say they're on official business. You see what I'm saying? They can't just walk in and be like, I need some stamps. You know what I'm saying? With that arm, like, what are you doing, bro? You can't do that. But of course, they don't. The rules, like Cherokee says, rules aren't law. You know what I mean? And the rules can be bended. That's what happens. Why are you making a vid on this? Because I want to. Why am I making a video on this? Because I want to make a video on this. If you have a YouTube channel and you want to plug it, go ahead and plug it, and I'll get on your video, and I'll watch what you got to say when I'm on your video. You see what I'm saying? But I'm doing this because I want to. You know, that's simple. I see 4 or 5. Yeah. What up, Jerry? You late, man? You late. Then his wife said, "Stick won't work." Bending those privileges. Yep. Hey, what can I say, man? That's the name of the game with them. Bending them privileges. All right, let me go ahead and drop the link in here. See if anybody wants to come on in here and drop a couple words. If not, we're going to knock off tonight. This is the second upload. Other upload was about, 25 minutes or something? So we actually technically are about 239 in, almost 139 in, almost 140. That is the link if y'all want to get in. Thank you for watching, Wise. Appreciate it, man. Link is in the chat. And if you guys are feeling ever so generous today, you can reach out on the Cash App and hit that. Be great to have a donation or two. Be nice, or however many you guys want to donate. That's cool. So there's the link for that as well. But yeah, man, that video was wild, man. Because I'm like, yo, both sides have solid points, but at the end of the day, if rules are rules, you know what I'm saying? This man is not following the rules. You know what I mean? It's always the state versus the federal. All right, so I got my man in the green room. Y'all know him and y'all love him. The source of infinite information. The bad wolf. What's good, champ?
Hey, what's going on, Six? What's going on, A6 Grind Timers and fam?
Yes, indeed.
Appreciate you.
Same old.
Sitting back. I know I haven't been on in a hot minute. Just been kind of chillaxing, but caught the video. Yeah. So there was lots of stuff in that little segment, we'll just say.
Yeah, like yo, you know what I'm saying? Like yo, ignorance of the law is no excuse. You know, for us, when they do it, it's like, oh, you know, there's no way they could possibly know all these laws. Like you talk about sovereign citizens, god damn, they the ones do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Okay, so starting from the first, once again, like you said, ignorance of the law is no excuse. Well, the federal law is the supreme law in this scenario. So Let's start there. Secondly, the cop just thought that because he's a cop, he can just go wherever he wants to go and whatever else, ignoring jurisdiction. Now, from the very moment he stepped foot on there, he knew he wasn't in official capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he should not. And if he's working, but they're not officially, then like they said, he is chewing on taxpayers' dollars because you're doing personal. How about this? Private citizen stuff while on regulation time,
public duty,
state time, on duty. So he was already wrong in that aspect. Knowing that, because he knew that, they didn't know that. So then him going up to the building and seeing that it says no firearms, he just thought that he was just going to waltz his happy butt up in there and just do what he wanted to do because he's got cop seniority because he gets it everywhere else. Well, not with the federal government. Okay. So he's seen the sign. He went in there. Now, granted, the building itself wasn't federal, but the floor was.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got signs there, and he ignored those. Then they asked him to remove it. And they said no, they're still willing to help him. And they said, just go back and put it in your car and we're good. He ignored that and decided to be belligerent. You know, not overly, but enough where now
combative.
Combative. And he's not on his property. He's not on his turf. He's not in his jurisdiction. He's got no power at all there.
Right.
So, the trustee of the building came out and handled that business. That's what he should have done.
That's what he's supposed to do, right? That's the job of the trustee, caretaker of the property.
And he has the ability to go to the elevator and to ensure that guy left. Now, yes, he was dressed as a cop, but it could have been somebody pretending to be a cop because you don't know.
Listen, and that happens. Surprisingly, that does happen.
Well, that's
facts.
That's one. And two, that's the edge of the property. And I've dealt with this lots of times when I used to do like bouncing for, bars and clubs and stuff like that. You can only escort the person to the edge of the property. Once it becomes public, which is any of the other floors but there, then you're out of your jurisdiction and now you're liable and can be in trouble for it. So what happened with the security guard was trash. He got his rights stomped on for protecting what he was supposed to be doing, which is a federal location.
He should have. I would have sued the hell out of the damn federal building too.
I would have sued everybody. You know what I mean? As the cop or the trustee, I would have sued the cop personal and in private capacity because that's what he was doing.
Boom.
I would have went after the county and the state. I would have sued all them for backing him up. And all the rest of them cops were clearly wrong. He started to try to throw in other stuff. Well, it should be common sense. He's in a police. That has nothing to do with federal law, bro. At all.
Right.
The building is marked, the floor is marked. They asked him to leave or to put the firearm into the vehicle, and he ignored that. He wanted to ignore federal law, which is what they do when many of us are right to travel, whatever. They want to ignore what supersedes them because they think they have full jurisdiction everywhere, and they do not. But they're so used to nobody suing them or going after them, or the state trying to, or the county or whatever, trying to be like, oh, well, we'll just take care of it. We're going to sue you, for what you did. Well, and that was, I didn't see, maybe he didn't mention, but I don't know if they sued in federal or state court, but in federal court,
I'm not sure. I didn't see that.
In federal court, he should have won all day, because that's, denying him. Now, he might have lost in state. And if you would have lost in state, then take it to federal, because that's where your rights are. And that's where that building and them are protected, is in the federal courts.
Right.
You're not going to find any remedy for that, anything federal. I mean, in the state court. Those are two different jurisdictions.
100%, man. 100% agree with that. Yeah, you can't mix public and private, man. And like, same way when we on the road traveling and be like, yeah, I'm exercising, I'm traveling in my private conveyance, but you're on a public road. You know what I mean? But you can do this though, and it's okay, right? Yeah, man.
No,
I'll be right back. Give me like 2 minutes.
All right. So what's going on, good people? Let's see. How many do we have out here in the chat? All right, Cherokee, what's going on? King, I see you out there. Wise. Who else we got? Jared. All the good peoples. Gertrude, what's going on? Rosewater out there talking about the XRP and the XLM. Yes. Whatever you guys, if you guys can get on it, I would suggest getting on it. They ain't done with this. All right. Still less than $1. And anybody who listened to me when I told y'all to get in on it, y'all doubled your money and a little extra. So it still ain't too late. Let's get those likes up. And make sure you guys hit my young cuz over here with that Cash App, because just so you know, I'm about to do it right now, and I'm going to hit him. So y'all support, because like I said, we need y'all support.
Yes, indeed. Yep. That'd be great, man. That'd be lovely. But Shay, listen, man, that whole situation was funny. Because like it's always a rift between state and federal. It's like who has the bigger, At the end of the day, we already know what time it is with the state versus the federal. The federal law overshadows the state. You know what I mean?
Every time. Because
every freaking time.
Each state gave up a percentage of its sovereignty to be a part of the union. So if they wouldn't have, well, we know that somebody probably would have came over here. Some other country probably would have took over, let's say like Florida, and Florida been called New Russia or something. So to prevent that from happening, they're like, no, we want to join the union. We're with you guys. Well, when
they underneath the trust, the U.S. trust. Yep.
They waived a percentage of their complete sovereignty. All right, cuz I just hit you.
Good looking out, champ.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely waived some of their sovereignty, though, 100%, man. So it's always a situation where you have to be aware of certain things of that nature. When they try to say, oh, the state, my favorite thing is when people say, oh, the state has the right to make its own law. Yeah, it does, but it don't have the right to make any law that's not withstanding to the Constitution. That's Marbury versus Madison in 1803. It says right there, any law that's repugnant to the Constitution for the United States of America is null and void. It's Sherrod versus Cullen. There's a whole bunch of court cases that pretty much back that up. Then the state can't just make laws to abrogate rights. And this is where a lot of the misconception of police comes in hand, because they don't know, they don't understand that.
They're not taught any of that by anybody, because they want them just to be mindless drones with thugs with guns and a gang. Essentially, they're a highly networked gang, and when they're doing negative and wrong things, what I mean. Yeah. But the whole thing is when they make a law, the state of whatever, all the state of whatevers are corporations together acting as a PMA. It's just so big that it's called the public, but really they're a private members association. So if you're not a member of that association, then their laws and what are really statutes and codes do not apply to you. You are under the Constitution if you elect to be. So
Jacob said federal and state court, there was nothing. He won monetary because the insurance company felt it was cheaper. Couldn't find out the amount. Okay. I still hate that though, man. Yeah, I still hate that though.
Yeah. And
thanks, Jerry. XRP and Stellar. Go look up the World Economic Forum. Yo, you know what? I got on Stellar a while ago, man. Some of that Stellar coin.
Yeah,
I don't have
I
the.
got
I still don't have
that.
XRP though. Say it again.
I don't think I got Stellar, but I got XRP. Like it, man. When I woke up that morning when they announced that, I was like, "Yeah, buddy."
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and break it down for those who didn't hear, man, about the digital currency?
Man, where to even start with all that? I mean, now where do you want me to start? Because there's a lot of angles on that. You know, the lack of privacy, the money that's going to be made off all the systems that are going to, you know, including XRP that are going to be causing it to have instantaneous fund transfers from here to there without it, like, because I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but back in the day when I was moving a lot of money legally, sometimes you would transfer your money and it would get hung up in the system. Like it'd sit there over certain amounts, you know, moving over 10 grand, especially, you know, or you got to pay these fees, blah, blah, blah. Well, what they're trying to reduce the time and all the. See, a lot of things people don't know too is when you move money like that, they'll hold your money for even if it's an hour or a day. I've had some sit there for 2 days, 3 days in certain systems. So what ends up happening is they're using your money and they're playing with it in the back.
Yeah.
All right. So it's going to get through, and you're just like, well, what's going on? You know,
Right.
well, all these banks and little intermediaries are like, let's just hold this for a couple hours. Hey, bet on so put it on this, you know, whatever else. So your money's getting played with.
Mhm.
All right. So they're trying to minimize. Well, they're still probably going to do it, but they're trying to minimize the time between you sending things, you know, from here to there with XRP, and then the other systems that are with it, like XLM and Solo, and I think it was it HBAR, a couple other ones. They're all networking together, and a lot of them are backed by the government. So all of those systems are going to be, when the government puts money behind something, they're banking on it being, you know,
they running with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can't beat the devil, then you might as well join them, put some money on it. And I would prefer to cry about digital currency and not having any privacy on an island after I make that money.
Right. Be like, yo, these motherfuckers they're not paying attention to my challenge of jurisdiction. Please pass me another Mai Tai, please. You know what I'm saying? What? Like, yo, wow, man. I ain't even mad at that at all, man. But hey, it is what it is, though. It is what it is, man. But yeah, I bought a whole bunch of like little small coins a while back, man.
Okay.
They just sit there, so I don't do nothing with them. But you know, one of them takes off, we good.
Yeah, most of those are long-term investments. You just, you know, I look at a lot of that. What I'm putting in there now is like retirement. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm just gonna put it in there, let it sit, and then when it's time, you know, make it happen. But
Right.
yeah, the digital currency, a lot of people don't understand that. Yeah, it is basically the devil because you're not going to be able to do any transactions that they're not going to know about. So if you seeing Miss Molly down the street, you know, paying that 40, you know, they're gonna be like, well, hey, she's a known, you know, streetwalker. And we know that that's about the current rate because they're going to program all that into the AI, and they're going to be like, Mr. Jenkins, we need to talk to you about, you know, your $40 twice a week.
Twice a week,
you know, or whatever it is.
I mean, listen,
or
this is
doing
why I
side
tell
jobs,
people.
you know.
Yeah. This is why I tell people, man. If you're gonna be moving, and I'm not gonna say per se something like that. You know what I mean? Maybe just you want to sell stamps or like stampers or something, or you want to sell like, you know, little custom whatever, and you just don't want the government in your business, you know. A little small gram of silver or, you know, small gram of gold as a medium of exchange for the private, you know. And if you're gonna play around in the public with all the bills and stuff like that, you could do that too. It's you can still do both. And it's the same thing as cash versus credit card, you know. Cash versus credit card. All right, boom, the cash is gone. No problem. We can move around with these, you know, metals and stuff like that now. You know, so there's still a medium of exchange, you know, and that's still not going to be detected or traced, but you know, it's got its own way to be moved around quietly, if you will.
They're gonna try to tighten up the belt it'll all go digital, whether we want it to or not. That's irrelevant. Unfortunately, a lot of people are like, oh, let's fight. You're not stopping a stampede of elephants coming through the China shop. So you get in the way of it, knowing what's coming, so you can make that money. All the wealthiest people in the world taught me a lot, like a lot of the stuff, that I share with you guys. And that's the thing. It's like you got to know what you can fight, and then you got to know when to fold them. So in this case, you get yourself the stocks or the crypto or whatever else that they're going to be using and pushing and moving and get in the way. And like I said, I'd prefer to cry my gold, bowl of soup on some island, than still sitting in, the Midwest. So yeah, I'm just saying. So get it. You don't have to. And one of the things I was talking with someone else at the bar about that they didn't know is that when you see a stock and let's say it's like $5,000 or $1,000 or whatever, or $800, whatever it is, most of the things now you don't have to buy the whole stock. You can buy a percentage of it. Put down $50 or $20 on it and have it go towards it. Obviously, the more you have, the better. If it's going to be a good stock, it's going to rise. But you got to start somewhere. So put a couple bucks on there. I would highly suggest people to take a look around, not only, things like, whether it's Bitcoin, XRP, XLM, but look at the stuff and the companies that you use normally in your house. Who are you paying your electric bill to? What detergent, what company ultimately makes that? What products are you buying in your house?
Yep.
Buy their stock. You know what I mean? If you're loyal to always buying HP, if you don't have money in HP, then you're just throwing the money out the window. All right. I look at it as I'm recouping a little bit, So these are all the things, like I said, lots of wealthy people taught me, buy it, buy low, sell high was one of the other big things too.
That's it. That's the key. All due respect, fuck out of here says all federal buildings I've entered will have security guards who scan for prohibited objects, i.e. taking off all metal objects put in a conveyor to be x-rayed. That is true in a lot of different places. Somewhere like a business park, or like let's say it's one of them giant office buildings, and they've got like a little satellite IRS company operating out of there. They won't have, what I'm saying, per se that there. Now, if you go to like a federal court building, yes, as soon as you go in the door, they got all that ready for you, But somewhere that's not you might have IRS building on third floor, IRS floor rather on third floor. Then you might have H&R Block upstairs, and then you might have an accounting firm. It's just different types of things in that nature with those kind of buildings. Those business parks have different buildings in them, so it's not necessarily a federal building in that case. So that's why he was making the point. This is not a federal building. This is a federal office, which apples and orange. I mean, same to me, not necessarily apples and oranges, but same, because it still falls underneath the federal jurisdiction.
Right. So the whole thing in that, like looking at it legally, that floor, as long as it was marked, this is an IRS, and then before walking in the door, not the lobby where the elevators are, because that's public use. But on the door or the wall or something, they have to have it posted that no firearms beyond this point.
Yeah.
Now, there's no law stating what I'm about to say next, but if I were to look at it once again, as an operational standpoint, you could argue the issue that they should have at least one lockbox on the premise for unique scenarios such as that one. Or some type of special accommodations. We'll just say, not that I believe that they really should have them, but you could argue that there was no lockbox there. But still, yet, as long as the room or the floor, however it's set up, is posted, it is what it is. Like the comment that didn't show up for some other reason, probably because I used the gun word in there, is that you have to respect the other man's jurisdiction, and that's the whole thing. So, but that cop would not have done what he did on a military base.
Hell no, they would have Swiss cheese his ass.
He wouldn't even have played, because he knows they mean business. Now, the whole thing is he just thought he meant business by going down to the IRS. Apparently, he didn't see that they armed like 70,000 new IRS agents and whatever else. Now, why? I don't know. But,
right.
You know, pay your taxes, son. You know, like, okay, man. Well, okay. You know,
you got it.
right? But so in that scenario, that just tells you that he just thought that he could have the jurisdiction, because he would not have done that on a military base. If you were to walk into a military lobby, it's going to be posted just like it was at the IRS. And it's the same thing with your house. When you put your house into a private trust, okay, and you pull it out of their jurisdiction, you inform them this is now private. It's not to be considered public territory, which it's under implied license, which is what it even says on my sign, is that I'm revoking implied license, meaning you cannot assume that this is public property. And he was clearly in the wrong. Like I said, he admitted he was not in official capacity.
Yeah.
The signs were up there. Everybody did the right thing. He just thought he could gallivant over the line.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have had to take that to federal court. Ain't no way I'd have took that shit laying down, man.
All day.
Easy. Crazy shit.
But one of the things to comment too is that you know, if you still want to move private, and this is how everything's going to move, if you guys want to do that, even when they get the digital currency and all of their jazz that they're going to be, you know, laying out, you need to have everything in the private. Your house, your vehicle, get your trust done at the bank, turn that into a private trust. All right, because now it's in a different jurisdiction. Or if you really want to go even farther with it, get you an overseas account or a numbered account if you've got the ability to do such, and keep it moving, because they're going to keep it moving, but you always have the ability to be in the private. So if you're not, then they're just going to do what they do.
Yep. Jerry C says uphold ask for a social security number when trying to set up. How do I get around that? That is going to be for the private.
Yeah, I can answer partially of that. You're not. Anything where anything in their jurisdiction like that, where you're playing with their stocks, their money, their whatever else, you're pretty much not. I mean, not to say it's impossible. I'm just going to say this. I don't know how to do it, but I know it can be done, but you're going to have to go all the way around on some stuff. And in general,
you could do a trust, I believe. I think you can use a trust
you're
for that.
Just going to have to bite it. And it's their system. They set it up. It's their rules. It's like saying, oh, I want to sneak into hell and take some fire and come back not burned. Not, bro, you're finna get burnt. Because you're going after their stuff. You can't dip in and take some stuff and not have no rules. That'd be like me telling you, not you, Six, but anybody else, here, you can use my stuff and don't worry about the fact that you need to put gas in it or you owe me some money for it or for whatever. Like, if you're going for somebody else's benefit, bro, you have to pay the piper one way or another. It's because they set it up. If he set up a lemonade stand and I just walk by, and I snatch some lemonade, thanks for playing, pimp. Like, bro, you owe me some for the lemonade. Like, oh man, this is just I just wanted to get it. Like, no, that's not how it works. So you have to pay the taxes and whatever else. But my thought would be is, it's only when you pull it out and convert it, really. So as things move forward, I foresee like some of these places that have Bitcoin ATM machines in them, which is really weird. That
I've seen them.
You'll be able to have a card and just say, "Oh, I'm going to pay for that in XRP." Zoop. So just sit back and just see what to do, because
they got them in Philippines, Wolf. The Bitcoin stands, they already got them. I seen two.
This is some information I got, from a source, we'll just say, and we all know that, first of all, part of this already came true, is that everything's going to go digital. All right. But what's going to happen is never underestimate the greed of the next man. So when someone's got $1 million in XRP or whatever else, they're going to sit down and say, how do we pay? How can we just, get a credit card linked right to there so I can just take it out in XRP right away or whatever else without having to convert it? All right. So they're gonna have all them ways, and there's going to be a ton of cryptocurrencies sprouting up around the world. You're going to start to see a lot of them getting big. You're going to see like Amazon and maybe Microsoft or whatever else, coming together and making theirs. And so just get into this stuff now. All right, because there's going to be a lot of digital multimillionaires being made within the next 10 years. Mark my words.
Word. My man, Earth Eye Caster says, I think that's what that says. I've been figuring out ways to get remedy in the system and outside of it for 45 years. I completely exited 15 years ago. Now I decided to get benefits so I can pay to convict them. Sheesh. My man is going for the gusto.
All right. I ain't mad at you. Someone's got to ring the bell.
Right. They're using their money. Word. That's what it is. But yeah, man, that's you know, it's basically like, all right, if you're doing commerce, you got if you play a Monopoly, okay, you gotta have a piece to move around on the board.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much where I'm gonna leave it at. You know, you gotta have a piece to move around on the board of such. You know, like you're not gonna be able to open a bank account with a 9-8 number. It's not gonna happen. You know it's a foreign number. The computer's gonna be like,
nope.
You can't have it both ways, man. Nah, so there you go.
That's a benefit for a U.S. citizen. So you're not gonna find no easy peasy way around that, you know. Because like I said, if you want the devil's goods, you got to pay the toll. That's it. You want to cross my river, coin up. I get it. Don't take it personal. I don't like it either. Trust me. I've fought all kind of ways trying to get around it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
There's some techniques. Well, I'll just say that, you know, some people have mentioned, you know, trusts and private trusts and whatnot. So you can look into that. You know, so it's not impossible, but you're looking at the wrong way. You make your money and then you got to have something to transfer it into, is all I'm going to say.
There you go. It's for the private. Yes, indeed. I think we all caught. I think I might have missed some comments. Hold on. Oh yeah, I think I did. This is mafia tokenization on assets. Iris scanning. He says that's coming too with the digital assets. But you know what's crazy? I wonder how many people are gonna put the foot down on that shit though. You know what I mean?
Bro, I just seen a video where these cats were standing in line, and it was a long line to get their eye scanned for the what is it, the world ID, and they were offering like some type of it's called the World ID. They're scanning people's eyes. There's a line for people, and I think they were bribing them too with giving them some type of stocks or crypto or something from their own company. So I actually looked it up to see what it was about, and I was like, "Oh no,
that's insane."
So, that's already here.
I didn't even see that, though. That's wild.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it real quick. Let's see, World ID.
Hey, that's the only World ID I need right here. You feel me?
Oh, it's under. You can look up WorldCoin. That's what it's under.
WorldCoin. Okay.
Yeah,
nah, I'm good. All that iris scan, that shit dead, man. All that iris scanning crap. Nope. No, sir.
Yeah, WorldCoin launches eye scan.
Can you share the video? Can you share that page? You should be able to share, right?
Yeah, I was trying to look for the best one. Here, I'll just pick one, whatever. Yeah, the video was better, but let me get back over here. All right. Do you want me to just to put it on the screen, or you want me to send you the link?
Go ahead and share the video, or share whatever you got. You should be able to hit the present joint.
All right. Let me get up here. All right, let's see here. All right.
I could probably just add it.
Oh, there we go. All right. So let me get over here. Yeah. So this is on Reuters. So, you know, they're reputable. Verified human WorldCoin users queue up for iris scans. This was up.
How long ago was this?
5 days ago.
Damn.
All right, so here's this Goomba getting scanned, right?
NPC.
All right, so this dude, 22 years old, an engineer in Bangalore or whatever that is, signing up for WorldCoin by having his eyes scanned by the spherical device in Mantri Square in India. Yeah, so people around the world are getting their eyeballs scanned in exchange for a digital ID and a promise of free cryptocurrency. So you're not even for sure, like, it's a promise getting it, but okay.
Wow.
Shrugging off concerns among privacy campaigners and data regulators.
Yo, people are not seeing these data breaches that are happening all over the freaking world, and they just, what is wrong with people? It's like they're not paying attention. Like, there are data breaches left there. T-Mobile had a data breach. Sprint had a data breach. Freaking Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion all had data breaches. Every freaking week, I get an update on companies that have experienced. CFPB has had data breaches. The CFPB, the people who you go to report to, have data breaches. Like, what is wrong with people? And you're gonna give your retinal patterns out for them to get hacked? The amount of idiocy, man, is amazing to me. It's horrible. It's all bad. That's right along the lines of DNA. Like, you know what I'm saying? You taking these DNA tests, 23andMe, sending your blood out. You know what I mean?
I warned people about that day one. I was like, yeah, I'm curious. It'd be cool, but I just know the power behind that, and I know certain things that are going on with that. And some of it came to light, and I was like, yep, told y'all.
Yeah.
So here it says applicants lined up to have their irises scanned by the device before waiting for the 25 free WorldCoin tokens, which you're not available in the US because I already checked it out, due to regulations and some other things that they find sketchy. Imagine that. Users told Reuters they weighed concerns over data collection against their curiosity about the project, which says it has IDs for more than 2 million people in 120 countries, mostly during the trial period in the last 2 years. So the last 2 years, they got 2 million people in 120 different countries already gave away their eyes. And apparently they're, well, hey, but check it out. They're handing out T-shirts and stickers too.
Oh my gosh. It's horrible. It's all bad, man.
Okay. Yeah. Their stock's at $2.30. As was said, he calculated that 25 free tokens, which is what they're getting from the company, could be, okay, not that it is right now, but sold for $70 to $80, even though they're only at $2.30 a share. That's what we're trading for. But okay, so some big talk here. But all right, so that was basically it. Yeah. So
that's crazy, man.
It is now.
Yo, that reminds me of what was that? Was that Minority Report where Tom Cruise was getting his eyes scanned? Crazy, man.
Yeah, they did that in that one too.
Look up World Passport, World Court of Human Rights, Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Saul Gary Davis, first nationalist declarant of 1948, founder of the World Passport. And my friend, oh, it was your friend. Okay, yeah. All right, that's what it is, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually read the they sent the pamphlet with the World Passport, and I read that, man. My man got busy and did his thing. They had some passport cards too, but their passport cards aren't that great. I actually told him, I said, yo, y'all should, the passport is solid, but y'all really should do something about these cards because they're not good. Hell yeah, we're working on something now. I mean, you look at a passport card from the United States of America, of course, it's way more of a more profitable company. But if you compare it to their passport card, it's like, it's not even close.
Yeah.
So yeah, if they can update their passport card to be like durable or at least visually appeasing, I think they would have something there with that. easy to carry in your wallet. The problem with the book is, it gets creased and folded when you put it in your back pocket and you drop it in your side pocket, it gets damaged. So the only complaint I have with it. But it's other than that, it's great. I use it to get in buildings, no problems. It's crazy, man, because some kid, okay, who has the idea to get somewhere he shouldn't be, and I'm not going to say what, could use some information like this to do some things he shouldn't be doing. We'll put it that way, because I don't want to give anybody no criminal ideas. Stoic says, never mind, never. That's a no-go. Exactly. Iris scans. Data breaches everywhere. Listen, I follow data breaches via Google. They give me updates on data breaches all the time. And I tell you, companies I've never even heard of, you know what I'm saying, have data breaches, phone companies, you know what I mean? They're leaking social security numbers, addresses, phone numbers, names, all of that stuff just out there. Craziness.
Mark of the beast upon the brow and the wrist, they said, but what they really meant was the eyes and the fingerprints.
Wise Humble says, wait a minute. Law of the Land says, what happens when they hack your mind?
Game over.
Oh, you're done. You're done.
And what they say, there's a quote in Indiana Jones, not the recent one, the one before, the Crystal Skull or whatever. And the Nazi chick said, yeah, we will change you from the inside out, Dr. Jones, and you won't even know that it's been done to you. Something like that, meaning because they were trying to work on controlling your mind. So they'll be able to hack you, and you won't even know that you've been changed.
Sheesh.
You won't even know you lost yourself.
That's wild. Stoic Mind says, and they just subtle. Exactly. Because what happens is they get all this information, and I think they make a backdoor deal. You know what I mean? Leave their system a certain amount of vulnerable. Of course, it gets hacked. You know what I'm saying? They don't face any criminal charges because it can never be proven that they sold information behind such closed doors. They get sued, and they end up, settling out for way less. You know what I'm saying? So they end up making a profit on the back end. Very illegal, but they all do it. And it's impossible to catch them. The same thing with a lot of I think there was a Canadian bank that was opening up people's bank accounts and people's names or something like that with information that was stolen. They were just sending people information on accounts that was supposedly open. Like what? Huh? I don't even know who this company is. It was a big thing going on in 2021, 2022.
Yeah, Wells was doing something similar where they were opening accounts for people. You'd already be a customer of theirs, and then mysteriously you'd have another account that just somehow the information never got to you that you had that one there, but it was in their computer. Because remember, every time they open up a new account, they get paid with your name.
Mm-hmm.
So more accounts, the merrier. The person behind the counter gets a little pat on the head and a little, couple $1 raise. But on the back half that we don't see, every account, wherever your name is, one of the reasons why they don't want to delete anything on the computer, and they fight so hard when we send them letters to close my account and delete my information, is because they make money on it while it's sitting there and pending.
Right.
That's it. They get in cheddar.
All of these companies, man, that goes for your Department of Motor Vehicles too.
All of them. Everywhere where your name is, they're making money on you. You best believe that. Otherwise, they would delete it because they would say, well, this is costing us one penny to maintain your account, so we got to shut it down. Sorry, you didn't update it. Let us know you're still using it. Think about it. Like, it makes sense when you hear it. You know what I mean? Like, they're not keeping open accounts if they're not making more than what they're bringing in. You know what I mean? Like, they're not going to maintain, if it costs $20 a year to maintain your account, and they're not making any money on it. Come on. They're making money on each account. Now, how much, I don't know, but they would definitely delete your account if they weren't making more money on it.
1,000%.
Yeah. Everything is money.
Marty Sheckelstein says utility companies pay out after ransomware constantly. Yeah. Because it's starting to be like the days of Noah. I believe that. Send you a few dollars and call it a day. Yeah, that's how they do it. That's how they do it. Yep. I got a freaking goddamn. I did a class action settlement. Man, how long ago was this? Maybe 3 years ago, with this health company not too far from where I'm at. I just got a check for that shit.
Yeah, I've been in
Yeah,
a couple over the years, and it's like
you
$5,
never get much. Yeah,
$20.
you don't. Yeah, you don't. You get $40. You know what I'm saying? You might be able to buy lunch for the week.
$17.83. Like that's all my information was worth. Well, some guy in India, seems to be, making more money off of it than that. Like
Right.
I should hook up with dude. Here,
Right.
steal my stuff. Let's get it busy.
Exactly. And I used to wonder how people's information got taken, but it got taken because it's being sold. They sold us out, man. They sold us out. The world passport required data collection tied to ID, finger, index, passport photo. Nah. Hold on. Data collection tied to ID, finger index. And the passport photo. I don't remember doing the fingerprint.
Well, I think they might be
I don't
talking about
remember
the other
doing that.
one because there's another world passport. There's two, and the other one they did ask for all that information.
Mm-hmm.
I made the video on him, but then these, we'll just say Zuckers of Block, hit me up with a copyright infringement. I'm like, I'm promoting your thing.
Yeah, that's how they do you.
So I was like, all right, player, I'll delete the video. I was like, we cool. There you go.
Right. I knew somebody whose company they worked for had a data breach, and the company settled for an undisclosed amount of money for everyone who was affected by it. Look at that. Yep. On my playlist, you can see many incidents of tyranny caught on film, including banksters and corporate court agency fraud, cops, news media, criminal government, all caught on film by me. Oh yeah, okay. Earth iCaster. Let me take a look at your channel. I'm gonna have to subscribe real quick, man. See what you're cooking. See what you're cooking, man.
Or is it Earth? I see a star, maybe.
Oh, okay, maybe.
I don't know. You could be right. I don't know. That's how my brain works.
Okay. Yeah, he's got an Earth iCaster, I guess. Earthcaster, it says. It's his page, his channel's called Earthcast. He's got 66 subscribers. He said he's got some things for y'all to watch, so y'all can check him out. Yes, the world passport card need to be updated with a stripe indeed. Right. This joint is so freaking flimsy, it's crazy. Like, y'all, this is crazy. They give you a little paper card and then they give you like a plastic holder. You're supposed to take an iron and put the iron on. I'm like, yo, here's the thing. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, bro. No, y'all should have did that and then sent it to me. F that. Crazy. That's transhumanism.
Oh, and it's a woman for.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay,
Earth,
cool.
Star or iCaster, Earth, I guess something.
Okay. Healthcare companies, and check this one out. If you wore spectacles, I forgot the company L. I think it begins with an L. They recently had a data breach as well. It's a big optics company. Yeah, man. These dudes, they sold out, man. They all sold out. They all selling that people's information. I think it's because they're not doing too well in the market. They're probably getting their asses kicked. You know, with the shit being the way it is, they probably just like, all right, cool, data breaches.
Another thought that comes to mind is how do we know this ain't a clandestine operation of some authority that we're supposed to, because what's the easiest way is to put a clandestine team on it, hack a company, test out their skills. Yeah. And then, oops, we have to have a whole lot of inside information in these private databases on certain people. I mean, that's what I would do if I was a clandestine operation of a specific type.
Right, exactly. 1000%, man. All right, well, look, I'm about to wrap it up for the night, bro. It's been great talking to you, man. Thank you so much for chiming in. Thank you guys for watching. As usual, some pretty good information shared back and forth. You guys are also on point. And Dr. Base Q just hopped in, bro. You late, man. We can ready to get out of here now, man. But Wolf, I give you the floor, champ.
All right. I just want to thank everybody for supporting my cousin, Mr. A6 over here. This man is fire. So don't forget to hit that Cash app. Don't forget to hit that bell, like, and subscribe. And yeah, just, you guys move privately, but operate between the private and the public as you see fit. Have your private side for this and have your public side for that. And just keep your eyes open, keep doing what you're doing, keep learning, keep studying, and stay healthy, wise, woke, and aware. And we're going to keep doing what we do. And remember, as always, everything here is education and entertainment purposes only. You are responsible for your own actions. And I will turn it over to you, Six, and thank you for having me on the show once again. And everybody out there, stay beautiful and wonderful. Appreciate you.
Yes, indeed. You already know what time it is, what rhyme it is. I am A6, your gracious host, the foreign national born natural. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will be probably doing an extra live again during the week because I'm going to start doing more lives. Because I noticed that it's really good for the algorithm when you do more than one live per week. The videos get shared a lot more, and the likes push the video forward more in the search. So that's a good thing. So I'll be starting to do that. Thank you guys for supporting. Again, please don't hesitate to hit that Cash App. That'd be much appreciated from you guys. And, we can keep bringing you this cutting edge information, and we can discuss remedies and solutions for the future. So with that said, thank you very much, man. It is A6. And remember, there's no problems, only solutions as we move forward through this matrix. Y'all take it easy. Peace.